Here's the 2-0 pitch. Roberts hits a drive into left center field. He hit that ball well deep to left center and gone. It's a leadoff home run for Brian Roberts. He jumps on a 2-0 pitch from Joe Saunders and hits it out. It's 1-0 Baltimore on Roberts' 8th of the year.
Well, Brian Roberts is a little package with a lot of pop. He's the guy that always gets a lot of extra base hits. He had 9 homers, 8 triples, and 51 doubles last year. And Joe Saunders, who gave up 4 homers in his last start, gives one up to the first batter of today's game.
And that Brian Roberts home run is the first extra base hit of the game, and it's brought to you by the Angels Extra Bases credit card. As Adam Jones fouls one away, the only card that earns you extra bases points with every purchase, redeemable for tickets, autographed memorabilia, and VIP Angels experiences. Go to angelsextrabases.com. That's angelsextrabases.com. Jones takes outside, 1-1. Adam Jones has made the All-Star team. And he's having an All-Star year, hitting .307. He hits a fly ball to center. That one's well hit. That sends Torrey Hunter back to the warning track to make the catch. Wow. The Orioles come out swinging. Roberts homers. Jones flies out almost 400 feet away. 1 out. Here's Nick Markakis. Markakis hitting .294. 8 homers, 54 runs batted in. Markakis swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1.
Joe Saunders giving up the home run to Roberts to start off the ballgame. Joe's allowed 19 homers now, and that ties him with Jeremy Guthrie of Baltimore, who we saw Thursday for the most home runs allowed in the AL.
There's a fastball in there for a strike on the inside corner to Markakis. 0-2. 1-0 Orioles as Brian Roberts starts the ball game with a home run. Markakis swings and hits one foul, third base side, out of play. Still 0-2. Aubrey Huff waiting on deck. And the 0-2 on the way. Backs him off the plate a little bit. They have a wild one going at Yankee Stadium today. The Blue Jays 8, the Yankees 7, and they're only in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Markakis takes that one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
July 25th, Saturday. Minnesota, the 1-10 start.
Now the 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's just off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Markakis. Saunders ready, comes back 3-2, and got him swinging, strike 3. 2 outs in the first. Another left-handed hitter, Aubrey Huff, coming up. Aubrey Huff has hit 11 home runs. .269 hitter with 55 runs batted in. Slow curveball, drops in there for a strike to Aubrey Huff, 0-1. We just mentioned that Yankee game, and while we were talking about it, the Yankees scored 2 more runs. So it's Yankees 9, Blue Jays 8, and they're still in the 5th inning in that one. Huff fouled one back, no balls, 2 strikes. One to nothing, Orioles in the top of the first on a home run by Brian Roberts. Here's Saunders' 0-2 pitch to Huff. He misses low and outside with a fastball. Joe hitting 90 on the gun here. 1-2 to the Orioles' first baseman. And Huff hits a ground ball right to the second baseman. Howie Kendrick throws him out. And the first inning is over. But the Orioles score a run on the leadoff home run. 1 run on 1 hit. After half an inning, Baltimore won. The Angels coming up on the Angels base. Bottom of the first inning, and the Orioles left-hander ready to go. Rich Hill all loosened up and set to face Sean Figgins. First pitch to Figgy is a fastball up a little bit high. So a pair of left-handers going here today, Hill and Saunders. Rich Hill's 29 years old, and Figgins takes a strike.
Hill's made only 9 starts coming into this one. He began the year on the DL. He had some trouble with his left elbow. His throwing arm had an elbow strain.
He attended the University of Michigan at one time. And the pitch up high to Figgy. On a bunt try, he pulled the bat back. It's 2-1 to Sean Figgins. Last year, Hill did break camp at the big league club. He made a handful of starts, and then they sent him back to the minor leagues last year as Figgy fouls one back out of play. That was with the Chicago Cubs.
His pitching coach here in Baltimore, Rick Kranitz, used to be his pitching coach.
Curveball, Figgins hits it foul, first base side, out of play. And he ended up 1-0 after those 5 games with the Cubs. Prior to that, he was with them in 06 and went 6-7. But he was an 11-game winner in 07. Figgins grounds one wide of third. Up with it Moore, and he fires it across for the out. Good play by Melvin Moore to get Figgins. One out in the first. Bobby Abreu coming up. Bobby Abreu, since the 1st of June, has just been an RBI machine. He's driven in 28 runs in that time. Getting his total for the season now up to 49. He needs one today to get the 50. There's a strike into him on the inside corner. 0-1 to Bobby Abreu. Hill delivers, and the lefty misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Orioles in the bottom of the first as Abreu takes strike 2 called. Fastball at the knees. Minnesota has jumped on Detroit today. It's 6-0 Twins. That one's in the 6th inning. And Seattle trying to make it 3 in a row at Fenway Park, leading the Red Sox 4-3 in the 7th. Abreu goes after a breaking ball and comes up empty. Strike 3. 2 outs. Torrey Hunter stepping in. Well, that would be impressive for the Mariners if they could win again at Fenway. They start the day just 2.5 games behind the Angels and Rangers. Hunter hits a fly ball, left center field. That ball's well hit. Back on it goes Adam Jones, and he makes the catch on the track. Torrey a long fly out to center. And the Angels are done in the first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Hill. After 1 inning, Baltimore 1, the Angels nothing. This is the Angels Baseball Network. Second inning, 1-0 Baltimore. Nolan Reimold leads off for the Orioles and takes a little bit low and outside, ball 1. Reimold, Luke Scott, and Melvin Mora for the Orioles here in the second. Saunders delivers, and Reimold hits a fly ball. Right field, shallow, coming in. Vlad Guerrero, who is playing out there today, and Vladdy makes the catch. The crowd just kind of noticing, I think, that Vlad's out there and gave him a pretty good hand for that routine fly ball. We are accustomed now to not seeing Vlad out there. 1 out, Luke Scott at the plate. Yesterday, Ron Renicky was hitting Vlad ground balls before the game, and he was unloading some pretty impressive throws to third base and also to home. There's one fouled back out of play by Luke Scott. Vladdy does love to show that arm.
Well, right now the game plan is for Vlad to maybe go every other day in the outfield. He's not going to play back-to-back games out there for a while.
There's one fouled away by Scott, 0-2. This might not be the easiest day to come back, being a bright, sunshiny day game without a cloud in the sky. Sometimes that baseball can be a little bit tough to pick up. But Vladdy was just fine on that short fly ball a moment ago.
You mentioned that workout yesterday with Ron Renicky. That workout had a lot to do with the reason Vlad is out there today. He's ahead of schedule, as it turns out. Everything was looking like he would return to the outfield after the All-Star break.
Scott pops one up foul, back out of play.
And after that workout yesterday, Ron Renicky talked to Mike Soshin. They both were in agreement that, hey, let's put him out there Sunday, see how he does, and they felt that he's ready to play some outfield again. Good to see.
Yeah, it really was. It was good to see Vlad throwing the ball the way he was yesterday and really, obviously, enjoying the workout. There's another foul ball by Scott, 0-2.
Mentioning Vlad, Rory, we got the All-Star selections today, and some guys that are normally All-Stars aren't on the All-Star rosters this year. Vlad, certainly one of them.
Scott takes one low and inside.
Big Poppy, normally an All-Star, not an All-Star this year. Manny Ramirez, not an All-Star this year. So maybe a little bit of a changing of the guard.
Boy, those three guys are just automatic in past years. Scott takes one low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Each roster will have 33 players. The National League All-Star roster has 13 first-time All-Stars. And the American League All-Star roster has 10 first-time All-Stars.
Breaking ball to Scott, fouled away. The fan voting for the last spot, you'd have to think Ian Kinsler is the favorite. Figgins is one of the 5 on that list, but it's a little surprising that Kinsler didn't make it.
Yeah, he just got nudged out in the fan voting for a starting spot at second as Pedroia overtaking him in the final voting.
Well, that's just the Boston fans seeing that it was fairly close, and they vote like crazy and putting Pedroia over the top past Kinsler. 3-2 now to Luke Scott. Saunders' 3-2 pitch, curveball inside. He walked him. Boy, Joe had an 0-2 count on Scott, who then fouled off maybe 3 pitches to keep it 0-2, and then finally works a walk. So a lot of pitches thrown by Saunders there just to walk Luke Scott. 1 out, 1 on, and Melvin Mora steps in for the Orioles. Mora hitting .264, has only 2 home runs, which is a low number for him. And the pitch to Melvin, low. That game at Yankee Stadium, we've been talking about that one because it's a wild one. They're still in the 5th inning, and it's the Yankees 10, the Blue Jays 8. So the new Yankee Stadium is giving up some runs again today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside to Mora. And all of a sudden Saunders is struggling a little bit with his location. That game at Yankee Stadium, and again they're in the 5th inning, there have already been 22 hits in that game. .2-0 to Mora. Saunders sets and delivers, and it's hit right back to the pitcher. His throw to second base for 1. On to first, double play. Saunders to Ibar to Morales, gets him out of it. No runs, no hits, nobody left for Baltimore in the 2nd. After an inning and a half, it's the Orioles 1, the Angels nothing. This is the Angels Baseball Network. Comes right back 0-1, and Vlad hits a line drive down the right field line, foul. It's time for the Del Taco Go Bowl, the second inning challenge. Sign up to be a Del Taco Raving Angels fan at deltaco.com/angels. And if an Angel hits a home run in the second, and Vlad, he is up right now, you'll receive a free classic taco. Go to deltaco.com and become a Del Taco Raving Angels fan today. It's 1-2 strikes to Guerrero. Hill's pitch, curveball hit in the air, left center field, but not quite well enough. Adam Jones goes back and makes the catch shy of the warning track. That's a pitch Vladdy would like to have back.
He got just under that one right there, but that was certainly a pitch that, if he's on it, he drives that one a long way.
He crushed that home run last night. And that's one thing we've noticed with Vlad when he has not been going particularly well. Pitches he normally would just send spiraling over the fence, he has missed. But he seems to be coming around a little bit. There's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike to Juan Rivera.
Was looking at the all-star rosters, Rory, and there's a real good feel-good story.
Rivera swings and comes up empty, strike two.
On this year's American League All-Star team, a player who will be 43 years old next month.
Is that Wakefield?
Yep, just named to his first All-Star team.
Oh, I didn't realize it was his first. That's great.
Yeah.
Tim Wakefield, the knuckleballer. I immediately noticed his name just because of his veteran status, and he's a knuckleball pitcher, but I didn't realize it was his first.
Yep. And Joe Madden picked him. That was a manager's choice. Wakefield's 10-3 this year, but how about that? You're over 40 years old, and you make an all-star team for the first time. It'll be just a little shy of 43 at the all-star game.
Well, good for him. There's a pop-up to the right side of the infield, and the first baseman, Aubrey Huff, takes it. That retires Rivera. 2 outs. Mike Napoli coming to the plate for the Angels. The Orioles leading this game 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Napoli stepping in there, hitting .289, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in, facing the left-hander Rich Hill, who delivers. Curveball up high, ball one. The Red Sox have tied that game with the Mariners. It's 4-4 in the bottom of the seventh at Fenway. Napoli looks at a fastball for a strike. Kansas City leading the White Sox 6-2. That one's in the top of the sixth. And Oakland has defeated Cleveland. That's a final score in Cleveland. The A's 5, the Indians 2. Napoli looks at ball 2 inside, 2-1. A couple of finals from the National League already. St. Louis pounded Cincinnati 10-1, and Florida shut out Pittsburgh 5-0. There's ball 3 to Napoli. The Phillies shut out the Mets 2-0. Pitch to Napoli is low, ball 4. The Angels get their first base runner on a 2-out walk here in the second inning. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Angels Baseball Network. Rory Marcus and Terry Smith with you from the Big A. Darren Chan, our producer-engineer. Kendry Morales at the plate. And he takes inside, ball 1. Kendry batting right-handed. He does not have a home run from the right side this year. But he does have 14 of them from the left side. Curveball swing and a miss by Kendry.
Well, the thing about it is Morales just hasn't had a whole lot of at-bats against lefties this season. And coming into the ball game, he had only 52 at-bats against left-handers, hitting just .212.
Throw to first by Hill.
talking to Mike Scioscia about that before the ball game, and he said he does not envision Kendry Morales being a platoon player, so we will likely see him face more left-handers, especially in the second half of the season.
Kendry said earlier this year that he feels like a natural right-handed hitter, that he feels like he sees the ball extremely well right-handed. The numbers don't reflect that, but that's how Kendry feels. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball is shot toward the mound. Tough play for Hill, and his throw is there. Oh, what a play! Hill came off the mound toward the third baseline and made an off-balance throw to get him, although Scioscia is on the run out to first base, where Bill Hahn is the first base umpire. So Scioscia and Hahn are going to talk that one over as the Orioles leave the field.
Here we go to the third inning. It's 1-0 Baltimore as Joe Saunders gets ready to face Matt Wieters, the big rookie catcher for Baltimore. He's a switch hitter, and he bats from the right side. The first pitch of ball, the count 1-0. Wieters and Dino, and then Roberts, the leadoff man. The 1-0 pitch. That one's low and in. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. This game started off with a Brian Roberts leadoff home run, and that's been the only hit so far in the ballgame. The 2-0, that's low and outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Infield back, the outfield is playing him deep. The 3-0 pitch, he takes a strike on the outside corner. We'll run down the names of the players that have been selected to this year's All-Star teams. The 3-1, and that one is inside, ball 4. So Wieters has a walk, and Saunders has now walked 2 of the last 3 batters that he's faced in the ballgame. He had 5 walks in his last start. And the next batter up, the number 9 hitter, Robert Andino. He's gone 2 for 8 in the series. Right-handed batter. Higgins at third base. Not sure whether he might be bunting. He's going to creep in a little bit. And the pitch. He is around a bunt, and he drops it foul off the screen behind the plate. Fans looking to go to an Angels game in style? Well, the good friends at Autotrader.com have a fun online game called Turn 2, and it's giving you the chance to enter to win a new car and Angels season tickets. So enter today at autotrader.com/Angels. No balls, 1 strike on Andino. Not showing any signs of bunting. He grounds the ball out towards second. Howie will bobble the ball, and he has no throw anywhere. He was thinking about going to second to get Wieters, and then Howie bobbled the ball, and by the time he was able to scoop it up, he had no chance to get the out at second, and the speedy Andino is already at first. When that left the bat, it looked like it had a shot to be a double play. So a costly error right now. Instead of possibly 2 outs and nobody on, instead no outs and 2 on. And Roberts at the plate, and he could be bunting in this situation. We'll see how they play it. He does drop one down on the third base side, but fouls it off. No balls and 1 strike. Taking a look at the 2009 American League All-Star roster, the pitchers: Andrew Bailey from Oakland, Josh Beckett from Boston, Mark Burley from the White Sox, Angels closer Brian Fuentes selected to his 4th All-Star team, Zach Greinke of Kansas City, Roy Halladay of Toronto, Felix Hernandez of Seattle, Edwin Jackson of Detroit. The next pitch, and that one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The other pitchers on the AL All-Star team: Joe Nathan, the closer for Minnesota, Red Sox closer Jonathan Papelbon, Mariano Rivera with his 10th All-Star selection, Justin Verlander, and Tim Wakefield. We talked about him making his first All-Star team at age 42, soon to turn 43. The catchers are Joe Mauer and Victor Martinez. The infielders: Derek Jeter, Evan Longoria, Dustin Pedroia, and Mark Teixeira. Those are the 4 starters. Then the reserves: Jason Bartlett, Aaron Hill, Justin Morneau, Kevin Youkilis, Michael Young, and Ben Zobrist. The 2-1 pitch missed, the count 3-1. The starting outfielders: Ichiro, Josh Hamilton, and Jason Bay. The reserve outfielders: Carl Crawford, Curtis Granderson, Torrey Hunter, and Adam Jones. And then there's one more spot, the 33rd spot to be filled, and fans will decide that one with their internet voting. The pitch, that's a liner into right center field, and that's going to be a gapper that's going to roll out near the rim of the track. 1 run will score, another being waved home, throw to the plate, and safe. Scoring all the way from first base with the 2nd run on that hit is Andino. And ending up at second base is Roberts with yet another double, his league-leading 28th of the season, and now it's 3-0 Baltimore. So Joe Saunders got behind on Brian Roberts, and that's not a good thing against a very good hitter, and Saunders pays. So Roberts has been a one-man show here in the early going. He homered in the first inning for the game's first run, and he's just doubled in 2 more, the 2nd and 3rd runs of the ball game. And here's Adam Jones. I mentioned he was selected to the AL All-Star team today. His first All-Star selection. The runner goes. The pitch is not handled cleanly by the catcher Napoli, and no throw to third base. That was an off-speed pitch and a stolen base for Roberts. That's his 17th of the year.
Number 17 for Roberts.
So Joe Saunders is off to a slow start today after getting knocked around in his last outing on Tuesday of last week in Arlington. He didn't get through 4 innings in that one, giving up 8 runs, and he's having more trouble today. The pitch hopped foul on the right side. It's backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was mentioning the final roster spot for the AL All-Star team, the 33rd man, and it will be one of 5 players, either Sean Figgins, Brandon Inge, Ian Kinsler, Adam Lind, or Carlos Pena. The pitch, that one is in there for a strike. Angel fans, if you'd like to vote for Sean Figgins and try and make him an All-Star for the first time in his big league career, You can vote between now and 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. Just go to MLB.com or AngelsBaseball.com, and you can vote as often as you like. The pitch. That's fouled off on the right side. It's backing out of play. So the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jones. The National League All-Star roster has 13 first-time All-Stars. Run down the NL pitching staff, and there are a lot of first-time All-Stars on their staff. Here's the pitch on Jones. He takes that one inside. Frankie Rodriguez selected. Frankie making his 4th All-Star berth. Johan Santana, the Mets, his teammate, also on the NL pitching squad. There's a ball chopped down to third. Figgins looks the runner back to third base and throws to first, and that gets the batter Jones. So 5-3 on the ground out, the runner holding. Good job by Figgy on that one. Nick Markakis will be the next batter. Rest of the All-Star pitchers for the National League. Jason Marquis of the Rockies. We saw him recently. He's a first-time All-Star. Tim Lincecum of the Giants. Ted Lilly of the Cubs. Josh Johnson, a first-time All-Star. He's with the Marlins. Good young pitcher. Dan Herron, selected from Arizona. Ryan Franklin, who's closing games for the Cardinals these days. First-time All-Star. Francisco Cordero, the Reds closer. Matt Cain selected to his first All-Star team. Another first-time All-Star pitchers. Jonathan Roxton of the Dodgers. Chad Billingsley of the Dodgers. And Heath Bell, the Padres closer, is a first-time All-Star. 1 ball, no strikes on Markakis. Infield in, 3-0 Baltimore here in the third, and the pitch is in there for strike 1-1. The NL All-Star catchers, Yadier Molina, the starter, first-time All-Star, and Brian McCann of the Atlanta Braves, the other NL catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike on Markakis. The pitch, that one's line foul, back to the seats on the left side, out of play. The starting infielders for the National League, Albert Pujols making his 8th All-Star team. Hanley Ramirez, the shortstop. Chase Utley of the Phillies and David Wright of the Mets. The reserve infielders, Prince Fielder, Adrian Gonzalez, Ryan Howard, Orlando Hudson of the Dodgers, Freddie Sanchez of Pittsburgh, Miguel Tejada, and Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals. The pitch, fouled off again, left side backing out of play. The National League All-Star outfielders, the starters, Raul Ibanez of the Phillies, Ryan Braun of Milwaukee, and Carlos Beltran of the Mets. You got a couple of guys that have been on the disabled list in Beltran and Ibanez, so we'll see how that plays out. Brad Hopp, Hunter Pence, and Justin Upton were also selected as reserves. The pitch, there's a high bouncer over the head of the first baseman. Morales threw into right field. That's an RBI hit. Markakis has his first hit of the day. The 3rd run is scored in the inning, the 4th in the game, and it's 4-0 in favor of Baltimore. That ball bounced off the plate and then shot up in the air and bounced over the head of Kendry Morales, the first baseman. Nothing he could do. Markakis getting his 55th RBI of the season, his 3rd one in this series, and now the batter is their cleanup man, Aubrey Huff. Only 1 out, 3 runs in. The pitch, a big swing and a miss. Strike 1, 0-1 to count. The Orioles have had 3 hits, but 4 runs in this inning. A walk, and that runner scored. A hitter reached on an error, and he has scored, Andino. And they've had a 2-run double and an RBI single in the inning. There's a throw over to first, and back to the bag goes Markakis. The 5 players in the National League who are up for fan voting for the final spot on the National League All-Star roster, we'll run down those names after the pitch, and that one is fouled off right into the Orioles dugout on the first base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Christian Guzman of Washington, Matt Kemp of the Dodgers, Mark Reynolds of Arizona, Pablo Sandoval is having a very good year for the Giants. He's certainly deserving. And then the final player of the group of 5, Shane Victorino of the Phillies. One of those 5 will be the final player on the NL squad. The pitch, and that is a called third strike. A fastball struck him out looking. So Huff is gone. Second out in the inning. Second strikeout in the game for Joe. And Nolan Reimold will be the next batter. When the Angels bat in the bottom of the third, trailing right now 4-0, Kendrick, Ibar, and Figgins will be the batters. The error in this inning by Howie Kendrick has proven to be very costly. It was a possible double play ball. The pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. And had Howie fielded that ball cleanly and the Angels turn 2, then the Orioles might not have scored any runs in this inning. Instead, they've scored 3. The pitch, and that one misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, when Howie got sent down to the minors, his confidence level was not very high, and you hope a play like that doesn't do any damage to his psyche out there at second base. The pitch popped up on the right side, foul but playable. The first baseman Morales behind the coaching box puts it away, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning, they get 3 runs, and they had 2 hits, 1 error, 1 walk, and 1 runner left. First batter up for the Angels is Howie Kendrick, and the first pitch is a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes. In this series, at least in the last few games of this 4-game series, the Angels have had a battle out of some holes. They were behind 4-0 yesterday. We're behind 6-0 on Friday. And the Angels, in the opening game on Thursday, never trailed in that ball game, but now the final 3 games of this series, the Angels have gotten into some deep holes. They've been able to do a pretty good job in battling back, and we'll see if they can do it here today. There's still plenty of time left in this game, but down 4-0 here in the bottom of the third. The count's 3-1 on Howie. Here's the next pitch, and he hits one hard down the third base side, but right at Mora. He stops it and throws him out. 1 gone on the 5-3 ground out. Eric Ibar will be the next batter. Fans, don't forget there's a great ticket special for the next 3 days when the Angels host the Rangers, and it's courtesy of the ESPN Zone in downtown Disney. Now, tickets are now available for just $7 in select view level seats, $12 in the right and left field pavilions. All you have to do is use the password RIVALS at the Angels Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com to purchase your tickets. Again, use that password RIVALS, RIVALS, and take advantage of those great ticket opportunities. First pitch was fouled off by Ibar. He tried to bunt it and fouled it back out of play. The next delivery, that's high and away. And the count even, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Angels today facing a lefty starter, and against left-handers this year, the Angels are 13-10. The pitch, that one's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Angels have yet to get a hit in this ball game. Had just 1 base runner, and that coming on a walk. The pitch, Ibar rips one down the left side. That is a fair ball that drops in for a base hit. Reimold will get it back to the infield quickly. Eric is on with a single, and that's his first hit in this series. He had gone 0 for 6, the Angels' first hit in the game. And now Sean Figgins will bat with 1 out. Well, looking at Rich Hill's numbers, the Orioles starter coming into this ball game, they're not very impressive. But he has the luxury of working with a 4-run lead. And we'll see if the Angels can chip away at it as the pitch is fouled off on the right side, back and out of play. 0-1 the count on Sean. Figgins, number 6 in the American League in batting. The pitch. And he showed signs of bunting, and he takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield is at double play depth. The outfield is straight away. Hill is set, working from the stretch. Delivers, and there's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. One and two, the count. The next delivery, and that one is fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck for the Angels is Bobby Abreu, a strikeout victim his first time up. The pitch on Sean, that one's a pitch inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll be a bit shy of a sellout today here at the Big A, but still a big crowd. We probably have in the 35,000 plus range here today. The pitch, that one is low and in, ball 3. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Breeze blowing from right to left. Sunny day here at the Big A, afternoon baseball. Payoff pitch. He walked him. It was high and outside. Boy, that was a slow one right there. 68 miles per hour. So the Angels have a little something brewing here now with 1 out, 2 runners on. Good speed on the bases. Ibar at second, Figgins on at first. Bobby Abreu will be the next batter. Abreu has been a clutch hitter the first half of the season for the Angels, and one of the top hitters in the American League with runners in scoring position. In fact, his batting average in those situations is .341. That's the 7th highest batting average in the American League in that department. And he bats with 1 in scoring position. The runner at second is Ibar. Figgins also on at first. The pitch on Abreu. He takes a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Slow curveball. It's 0-1. Lefty against lefty here. Abreu's hitting .286 against left-handers this season. Torrey Hunter, named to the AL All-Star team today, waiting on deck to pitch, and there's a slow one swung on and missed. That pitch there, only 71 miles per hour. So Abreu, who struck out his first time up, is deep in the hole here. It's 0-2. And it certainly becomes a guessing game for him after a couple of off-speed pitches for strikes. Here's the 0-2, and that one was thrown the sidearm by Hill. It was outside. Dropped down on that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rich Hill, they list him at 6'5", 205, and I'm not even sure if he's even 200 pounds. He's very tall and lanky. The 1-2 delivery. Abreu drives the ball into center field. Jones is going away back to dead center. The ball's over his head. The ball's off the wall. 1 run will score. Figgins is being waved home. He better hurry the throw. He is safe. Figgy came in backdoor and reached out his hand and got the back part of home plate before Wieters could get the tag on him. It's a 2-run double for Bobby Abreu. The Angels are in business. They cut the lead in half. It's now 4-2. Boy, that was a terrific slide by Sean Figgins. He realized that Wieters had the plate blocked, and Figgy went in from the back end and just got the very back part of home plate, right at the point of the plate where the catcher sets up awaiting the pitch, and just got his hand on that part of the plate and was safe. Great slide. Now Torrey Hunter, the batter, the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Abreu getting the 2 RBIs there. That gives him 51 runs batted in. So he's on pace to have another 100 RBI season. The Angels are 1 game shy right now of the midway point of the season. This is game 80 of the year. 0-1 the count on Torrey Hunter. Torrey has 62 runs batted in, which is 4th best in the AL. The pitch, and he takes that one for a strike. Angels hadn't had much happening in the first couple of innings, but here in the third they get some people on and they get them in. 1 out, runner at second. The pitch, Hunter rips one down the left side. It's a fair ball. That'll easily score Abreu. Torrey's headed for second base. He'll coast in there with a double, and now it's a 1-run ball game, 4-3 Baltimore. Back-to-back RBI doubles, Abreu and Hunter. And Vlad will be the next batter, and a hit could tie up this ball game. So talking about Hill when the inning began and the fact that his numbers just are not real inspiring, and it's taken the Angels the second time through the batting order to start to do some damage against him. You kind of figured that it would happen, and sure enough, it's happening right now. The pitching coach, Rick Kranitz, just went out there to have a word with him. The Angels have had 4 straight batters reach base safely after the leadoff man Kendrick was retired on a ball that he ripped down the third base side. So here's Vlad, who flied out the center his first time up. Hill looks at second, big lead for Torrey, and keep in mind, Torrey Hunter likes to steal third base. And with a left-hander on the mound, it's a little easier to do. And he's getting a huge lead over there. I wouldn't be surprised if he might be on the move, even with Vlad at the plate. Might be a matter of which pitch, and the first one he isn't running, and Vlad takes it for a strike. 0-1 the count. The third baseman Mora is playing back at third. Now the second baseman is cheating a little bit as Vlad swings and pops it up in the shallow left center field. It's going to be an easy play for Jones, the center fielder. He'll make the catch, and that's the second out. So 2 gone. Juan Rivera, the batter. Juan popped out his first time up. In this inning, a single, 2 doubles, and a walk, producing 3 runs and putting a runner at second. At second baseman, Brian Roberts is kind of hanging around a lot closer to second base now, as he might have the same feeling that possibly Hunter would be looking to steal third. Here's the pitch on Juan, and he takes that one for a strike. 0-1 the count. Each team with 3 hits. Orioles have 4 runs. The Angels have 3. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. The pitch. And Rivera jammed on that one. He takes it for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels coming into the day tied with Texas for the AL West lead. The Rangers play later on tonight. They host Tampa Bay. And Texas will be looking to sweep that series. 1-1 pitch. That one misses inside. As far as some scores in the American League, the Yankees have a 10-8 lead against Toronto. That's in the bottom of the 7th. Oakland won in Cleveland today. 5-2 is the final there. The pitch, and that one's fouled off on the left side. Other scores in the American League. Minnesota leads Detroit 6-2. That's in the top of the 9th. Kansas City has a 6-2 lead in the top of the 8th against the White Sox. And Boston came back and they beat Seattle. The final there was 8-4. The pitch. Ball chopped on the third base side. Mora has it and has time and throws out Rivera, and that'll end the inning. But a good inning for the Angels, who get back in the game with 3 runs, doing it with 3 hits, a walk, no errors. Here we go to the 4th inning, and Joe Saunders now pitching in a game that's a lot closer. It's 4-3 Baltimore. Luke Scott, Melvin Mora, and Matt Wieters will be the batters. See if Joe can kind of settle into a little bit of a groove here in this game. It's been choppy sailing so far for him, and the first pitch of ball to count 1 ball and no strikes on Luke Scott. He has a walk his only time up in the game. Came in batting .296. Lefty against lefty, and the next pitch. And that one's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Saunders has thrown 62 pitches, 35 strikes, 27 have been out of the zone. And the 2-0 delivery, that's in there for a strike. Joe set, gets the sign from the catcher Mike Napoli. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Chopped foul over by the Orioles on deck circle. Waiting over there is Melvin Mora. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That'll keep him happy, getting a chance to play in some right field. And then for the other guys, Hunter, Juan Rivera, you know, you can spell him. Today it's Abreu. He's going to move him back to that DH spot. And I think the Angels can't lose either way. This is a big plus that Vladdy can go back in the outfield. Because just time off your legs in the outfield, that's good enough for these guys that are in their 30s or better.
Scott pops it up shallow center field, Ibar out, and makes the catch. 1 out. Earlier today, Torrey Hunter and Brian Fuentes were named to the 2009 American League All-Star Game. And our infinity fact, the Angels have had an All-Star outfielder 7 of the last 8 years. None last year, but Vlad Guerrero's gone 4 times with the Angels. For Hunter, marks his 3rd All-Star appearance. He went in 2007 and 2002. 4th for Fuentes.
Good for Fuentes. That a baby. Hey, he's going to be a big addition to that game, and he'll be in it. Guarantee you. He'll face some of the tough left-handed batters that they get from the National League late.
He was sitting in his chair in the clubhouse with his son when Mike Scioscia went out and said, "Hey, congratulations." And he said, "On what?" He goes, "You were selected to the All-Star game." And he goes, "Wow, it's great having the son here." With that,
there you go. Tell you what, Angels are in good hands with the lefty.
Fastball strike in there. Right-hander Melvin Mora, 2 for 10 in the series.
I was going to talk about that memorable All-Star game Garrett Anderson had.
It was 2003.
How about that? Wins the home run derby and gets MVP of the All-Star game with a home run late.
Mike Scioscia was the winning manager that year, and Brendan Donnelly was the winning pitcher. It was all Angels in 2003.
That's right.
And the game will be played in this ballpark next year.
Well, is that going to be exciting or what? We're Angel fans are going to love this. It's going to be outstanding.
It's going to be great for the entire community. The city of Anaheim's all stirred up about it as well. Southern California will be getting back the Midsummer Classic.
That's a whole week's worth of action. Home run derby, ball will be flying out of here, especially if it's during the daytime.
Got the Futures games and the Classic on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll probably be around 5 o'clock, I'd say.
Melvin Mora works a walk with 1 out, and that's the 3rd walk thrown by Joe, and not yet 4 innings. His command has not been as sharp as it usually is. Mike Scioscia said he's been consistent, but not as electric as last year. That good finish to his pitches. He had a good bullpen session with Mike Butcher, his pitching coach, during this week after that rough start in Texas. Matt Wieters walked his first time up. As our buddy Mark Gubicza would say right here, sinkers down. Get the double play. Sinkers down.
Exactly. Sinker down. That's what he wants. This big guy here, make sure it is down, because he's one swing in the bat. He's can make it happen, but from the right side, he hasn't yet. He just had 36 at-bats coming in from the right side of the plate. Saunders walked him. First time up, he ended up scoring.
A walk and error led to that 3-run 3rd inning. Good pitch there off the end of the bat is Wieters, so he's down in the count 1-2. Joe in this at bat has been working him away, trying to keep it down. Wieters with tremendous power. We told you 27 home runs last year at AA and AAA combined. So he went from fastball to changeup. Those are his 2 best pitches, that sinking fastball and the changeup.
Well, he's grounded out into double plays 3 times, and those 3 times have all been right-handed. So that's what Saunders wants to stay. Sinker down and away. Just like that. That's a good job. Make him swing out there.
Yeah, the last 3 pitches he's been feeling for.
But he got a big out on Adam Jones on a nice little sinker in on his hands. He grounded to the third baseman. That would work too if you come in off the plate. But don't leave it out over. Big league hitters, young or old, are going to hit something hard if it's out over.
That one was elevated a bit. Wieters couldn't do much with it, and the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Biggest catcher I've seen this year. I mean, Joe Mauer is 6'5", but does not look as imposing as Matt Wieters. That ball struck towards center field. On comes Torrey Hunter. It's going to drop for a base hit around second. On his way to third is Melvin Moore. So a good AB by Matt Wieters to get the base hit. And they continue to just peck away at Joe Saunders. Next pitch will be the 80th for Joe, and he is not yet through 4 innings.
Yep, he's been struggling with his command, no question. And his tempo is not good.
Too slow?
Way too slow. We got to pick it up here a little bit. Look a little bit more intimidating.
Ball 1.
Like to do the same thing here to Andino if he could get him to roll over.
He has never lost to the Orioles. 5-0 with a 4.15 ERA in his career. Grew up near Baltimore, Springfield, Virginia. It's a little closer to the D.C. area. In there, 1-1.
Did you say Virginia Tech?
He went to Virginia Tech, yes.
That's right.
Blacksburg.
Sando has a nice patch on his pitching glove that says VT on it, sewn in. See it right there? Check it out, VT.
That ball struck pretty well left field. Juan Rivera under it. Mora tags. He's coming home. Throw will go to second base. And the score is now 5-3 Baltimore, but both walks the last 2 innings have really come back to hurt Joe Saunders.
Good sacrifice fly, though, by Andino. He got up underneath that curveball and did exactly what he wanted to. Didn't really have the pop to hit it out of the park, but he did the job there.
Saunders obviously does not have as good command or good stuff, so he's just grinding right now, trying to keep the club in it. Stretch out as far as he can, keep him close, and then hand the baseball to the bullpen. Batters Brian Roberts.
Which has been really good lately, the bullpen. They've looked outstanding on this homestand.
Yeah, they have a 2.67 ERA since June 12th.
Roberts has hurt him. Homered and doubled.
Ryan has driven in 3 of the 5 runs. Two and 1.
That's Gary Darling behind home plate today. He's in his 23rd year as an umpire. There he is. You know, one of his first years was 1988, and I was with the Expos.
Ground ball third. Figgins has it, goes the short way, and we'll get that conversation about Mr. Darling, the crew chief, after this.
Good pitch.
the Angels on a family Sunday at the Big A. Well, he's crass, he's rude, and he's the only thing between you and certain death. Hugh Laurie stars in House tonight at 8 o'clock on My 13. Mike Napoli will lead things off for the Angels. Rich Hill gave up 3 runs in the third. Hill's living right, because you reminded me during the commercial break that even though he has an ERA over 7, the team is 7-2 when he pitches.
That's right. You got to have run support. You love your offense.
He was the starting pitcher in that crazy come from behind game, the Baltimore greatest comeback in the history of the Orioles organization, and he gave up 9 runs and 3 1/3 and received a no decision because Boston, owning a 10-1 lead, saw the Orioles score 5 in the 7th, 5 in the 8th to win the ball game, a 9-run comeback. Pitching in the right day.
That's right. See if the Angels can kind of pick up on some momentum where they left off back in the third, last inning.
Rex, you were talking about Gary Darling back in 1988.
Yes, he was an umpire in the National League, and I was with the Expos, and we're playing in Shea Stadium, September, pennant race, a lot of heat going on. And I was playing second base. A guy hit a little flare over the pitcher's head, and I came running in from second base, and I dove full out and caught it and had it in midair for like 2 seconds, and then when I hit the ground, the ball popped out. And Gary Darling was behind home plate. He come running out there saying, "That's no catch." And I said, "What do you mean? I had it. The ground can't cause a fumble. I had that." And he looks at me. Yeah, he looks at me funny and goes, "Hey, that's the wrong sport, Hud. You did not catch that ball." And he tells that story still. But I was serious. I was serious. Hey, look, come on, I had it all the way. It is fun, though.
Mike Napoli walks to lead things off in the 4th inning. Kendry Morales representing the tying run. Bounced it up back to the mound his last time up. And fouls it off, strike 1. Morales takes a great deal of pride in the right side of his approach as a switch hitter. And he's a little upset that he hasn't put together a higher batting average or better productivity from this side of the plate.
Uh-oh.
That's a 6, a 4, and a 3 double play.
Nice turn. And Dino, he started a nice double play there. Roberts throws right over the top. He's got quick hands. So Rich Hill, he'll take that.
Two outs for Rich Hill here in the 4th inning. Angels trailing by a pair, 5-3. The batter's Howie Kendrick. Hit the ball sharply, but grounded out to third his first time up. 1 for 5 on his return from the minor leagues. Howie lines it to right field. That's a base hit. So the Angels, young second baseman, gets his second hit since coming back.
He has such a great inside out swing. Anything middle in, he'll go that way if he wants to.
What has he been going through when you talk about sending a guy down to get comfortable in the box, but also to clear your head?
Says, okay, I'm going to go out and do what they want. Now there's a reason you got sent down. I'm going to show them that I can come back and be the kind of player. So it's more of a mental thing, but you just tell yourself, go out and do what I've been doing, clean it up a little bit defensively, and try to focus mentally, not make as many mental mistakes as he was making before he left, like forgetting the outs. A lot of different things were going on that prompted Soch to send him down.
Eric Ibar to left field, and that stays up for the left fielder Nolan Reimold, and that's the final out of the 4th inning. We head to the 5th. It's Baltimore 5, the Angels 3. Angels trail Baltimore by 2, and the Halos are now on Facebook and Twitter. Become a fan of the Angels page and share it with your friends in the Facebook universe. Also be sure to get the latest Angels news tweets on Twitter. All this and more can be found at angelsbaseball.com/connect. Adam Jones will lead things off. Joe Saunders having another rough outing. He's allowed 5 runs in just 4 innings and has thrown 55 pitches the last 2 innings. Gave up 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Jones is 0 for 2 in the game. Flied out to center field and grounded out. Line drive, base hit left field. That's only the 5th hit by the Baltimore Orioles, but 3 walks by Saunders and an error by Howie Kendrick has hurt him. I told you he's never lost to this ball club, going 5-0 in his career. And when he goes back to Camden Yards, he always has a ton of family there watching his every start. Markakis has singled and struck out. Ground ball, Figgins backhands, goes second, 1, first base, not in time, but they do get the lead man in Adam Jones.
Oh, nice pick there by Figgy. That's a backhand pick, and you're not sure what you're going to do with that ball, but you know what? He's so low to the ground, he just spins clockwise and throws over. That's a tough chance for a double play, but is going to beat that out.
Kendrick trying to drag his back foot across that bag to get that force.
Yeah, you got to come get it from the third baseman. Cuts down the time.
Aubrey Huff, the batter, he's 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout. Huff hit his 199th home run in Friday's win. Aubrey will be a free agent after this season. Ground ball. Kendrick can't reach it. Around second base, holding there is Nick Markakis, and Vlad unloads. Good thing Figgins was backing up at third base, or that would have gone into the photo well.
And going and trying to get that ball I-bar, he kind of knocked Markakis off the base. Everybody's all right, but Big Daddy, I told you, he's anxious to throw. He was hoping that Markakis would have went to third.
You just want him to just calm down.
Well,
hit the cutoff man.
That's unbridled
You're right.
joy. This guy loves to play, and he had played right field the whole year. I couldn't imagine being out there for the first time. It'd be exciting, and that's the way Vladdy plays. He plays wide open.
2 on, 1 out, Nolan Reimold. Angels need a double play. I asked Jim Palmer, Orioles broadcaster, what's the biggest surprise about Nolan Reimold, and he said his speed. He's a lot faster than they thought he was.
He's laying off of those sinkers in. Getting a good hitting count on Saunders. Stay outside on him, or if you're going to come in, do what he's just been doing, though. Just off the plate, the kid's showing pretty good plate discipline.
Wow, it's 3-0 now. Joe is just really hurting himself, putting himself at bad counts. You can see his body language saying, why can't I find home plate? Rich Thompson is warming in the Angels bullpen. We're just in the 5th inning. This is not like Saunders. He usually is a guy who goes 7. 3-0 in there, 3-1. Big part of the game.
No, I agree. His body language is usually very good. He looks a little bit tentative out there to me today, and that's by his rhythm or lack of, and his tempo.
Flare to right field. Vlad's coming on. He'll make the catch. The runners do not advance, and Vlad unloads to the cutoff man, Eric Ibar. 2 outs now in the 5th. What do you think that lack of rhythm comes from the fact that the inability to throw the ball where you want to?
Not really. I just think that it's a confidence thing, and when you've been getting pounded like that many right-handers, I mean, that's 17 home runs, right-handers to righties. So he's a little bit gun-shy out there, and I'd like to see him knock a few more righties off the plate some, but, just continue to execute, but look positive doing it. Look, and that comes with a good tempo. Getting the ball up there. You don't want the opponents to know that you're thinking out there.
He wants the lefty Scott because nothing but right-handers to follow. Ball 1 to Luke. Scott walked in the second, popped up in the fourth. Orioles with 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. The Angels scored all 3 of theirs in the third inning. Oh, that's a good pitch there. A 1-1 count.
Yeah, he kind of broke it away from him. He'll have to keep doing that. Keep him off balance, this guy. Anything out over, he's going to get extended. He doesn't have long arms, but they're powerful.
Next pitch will be the 99th by Joe Saunders. He's usually in the 7th, 8th, or 9th innings when he's thrown this many pitches in the past. Ground ball. First base, Morales has it, and Joe somehow keeps the club in it. Certainly is not best up or best command, but he's hanging around.
Harry Carey.
Great glasses. Cubs win.
Cubs win. There's a throw. That's beautiful.
Angels are trailing 5-3.
She's got to be a Harry fan.
You bet. Bottom 5 we go. Sean Figgins will lead things off. We've been pushing Sean Figgins to go online, voting till Thursday to get Sean into the All-Star game. So deserving. We wouldn't bring it up if he didn't deserve, but he came into this game tied for the American League lead with Brian Roberts of Baltimore with 60 runs scored, second overall in the majors behind Albert Pujols, who scored 64 runs. Big difference in Sean and Albert. Figgins needs someone to drive him in. He has 1 home run. Albert 31 times he has driven himself in.
Different dynamics,
Yep.
different set of skills. From a leadoff batter, though, those numbers that he's in the top 10 in are all what leadoff guys want. On-base percentage, runs, and average is good, too.
Is this the best year you've ever seen him swinging at his pitch?
Yes, his focus has been extreme. Mainly from the left side of the plate. Rich Hill now, all of a sudden, he's kind of shutting him down now.
So go online. These are the athletes you can vote for. Sean Figgins up there with Kinsler, Lind, Pena, and Penn. Kinsler and Lind and Pena and Inger are all power guys. Figgins is the speed guy, the leadoff man. Kinsler does that as well, but has not scored as many runs as Sean Figgins has. You look at the runs scored, and Kinsler has 57. He's up there.
Yeah, but if you look at those guys and what they can do for the team, talking about win-loss standpoint, Sean Figgins, he can do more than any of those guys. He can play any position out there. So in a National League Park in the All-Star game, he's going to be a guy you pinch hit and then go out and play defense somewhere. He'll be valuable to Madden, but he's got to be voted in.
1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu had a big hit in the 3rd inning, knocking in 2 runs when he had 2 strikes on him. Belted it over the head of the center fielder, Adam Jones. Hunter followed with a double. And those are the 3 runs the Angels have scored. There's the hook on the inside corner. A beauty. 1 and 2.
Well, we saw what Bobby did with one of those in his last at bat. Same pitch. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
There's that side armor. Didn't he throw that side armor right before the pitch that Bobby doubled on?
Right. And he threw 4 curveballs to him before that side armor, and then he hung another curve. That's the one he tries to tease him and swing and miss on. But I guarantee you 3-2, if he throws it, Abreu, he's going to be looking out over the middle.
Bobby struck out in the 1st, doubled in 2 in the 3rd. Outside ball 4.
Work the walk. How about that? There's a guy that doesn't go up there thinking I'm swinging. He'll swing if it's his pitch.
Rich grabbed that rosin bag and now slams it down. He had the count his way against Bobby and kept on teasing him with pitches away, and Bobby showing great discipline to let them go and walk. Now the tying run comes to the plate in Torrey Hunter.
Okay, the start of the 3rd time around for the Angels. And last night's game, man, all the runs came pouring in from this time of the game on. They got all of them late.
11 unanswered runs, all after the 4th inning. Each player in the lineup had a hit. The Angels had 17 hits in the ball game, 1 shy of a season high. Hunter drove in 3. He now has 63 RBIs.
Just missing it.
Popped him up.
Jester.
And it's the shortstop Andino to make the catches. Roberts was just staring up looking at Son. He said, "You better take over."
Yeah, no, that's an easier catch for Andino. He's looking away from the sun. Tough for Roberts. Didn't want any part of that ball. Sun can be a problem during the day here. You're going to see sometimes one ball that will cost a fielder or a pitcher, or give a hit to a hitter.
Vlad Guerrero has flied out twice. And he takes a rip and sends it deep to center field. And that ball's a flying in. It is gone! Guerrero ties the game with a home run.
The long ball's back. Back-to-back nights now. Big Daddy has touched up, and both balls weren't walking. That was a liner that was about 50 feet high and never came down. Matter of fact, they might find that ball inside the mountain out there, the rock pile. That ball was laced, laser. You knew it was a matter of belt and a big mistake. The Angels periods, your pitchers are gonna shut down the opponents, and they don't need a lot of runs. And then another time when the pitchers start giving up runs, your offense picks them up.
Over the last 22 games, the Angels have connected for 34 home runs.
He comes in.
That was number 30. Juan Rivera to right field. Markakis should make the catch on this one. He does, but a big home run by Vlad Guerrero, his 4th of the year. Puts the game back to square one. We're tied at 5.
He's back.
And a laser line drive tied it up at 5 in the 5th.
And you know, just the fact that he's back out playing right field, it brings a relaxation to him. He's comfortable. He's always been a right fielder till this year. He had some injuries. He couldn't throw. He had a pectoralis tear in his right pec. And now he feels like he's back again. And it's taking him some time. But, man, back-to-back games. First time since last year in July he's had homers in back-to-back games.
Mike Scioscia's let Joe Saunders come out for the 6th. Saunders has labored throughout this one, but this is a guy who knows how to win. The Angels are 32-15 in his last 47 starts. He has a 1-1 count to Melvin Moore. 3 right-handers in this inning. Hitters 7, 8, and 9. 2-1. Joe is on his game. I mean, he has rock solid command. Hitting all 4 quadrants of that plate.
Well, in order
changing speeds.
For him to be effective, he's going to have to clean some things up.
Mora pops it up right side for Big Daddy. 1 out. Hey fans, there's a great ticket special for tomorrow through Wednesday's games as the Angels host division rival Texas, courtesy of ESPN Zone in downtown Disney. Tickets are still available for just $7 in select view level seats and $12 in the right and left field pavilions. Use the password RIVALS at the Angel Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com to purchase your tickets today.
Can you break down that term in the Webster Dictionary? Rivals? What is that? How would you explain that word to your kid?
2 teams competing in one division for the crown.
All right, I'll take that.
And it usually has to do with tradition.
And there has been some of that.
Like the Vikings and the Packers, or the Bears and the Packers.
The Dodgers are crosstown rivals.
UCLA and USC just flat hate each other. There's a drive to right center field and away back, and Wieters hits it out. Man, that's some kind of opposite field power.
Ooh, man, that's his first in his career from the right side of the plate. And Scioscia let Sando go back out there. He was trusting that he could hold the lead. But on his 106th pitch, he gives up to Wieters, Matt Wieters. Solo shot, first ever in his career right-handed. Take a pitch that's elevated.
Tie, and Baltimore goes in front in the 6th on a home run off Saunders. Belt high, and here's the pitch now to Robert Andino. Saunders has now allowed 20 home runs this year. He allowed just 21 all last season. We're not to the halfway point yet.
He's finding out a little bit about it now. 3rd year.
This is game number 80. Tomorrow will be the halfway point.
It's a good changeup, good spot there.
Hit hard, and it's past Sean Figgins at 3rd, so Andino is on for the 2nd time. He's going to second base, and he'll make it safely.
Now, I'm going to say that ball, Figgy makes. I'm not the official score.
Well, Mike Scioscia taking out Joe Saunders, who had a rough afternoon, giving up at least 6 runs. We'll come back with more after this. Six to 5 here in the 6th inning. Angels have won 2 of the 3 games of this series, and Justin Spire now coming out of the bullpen. His ERA has been dropping. It was over 8 in the month of April, and it's now at 4.55. Command has been the key. His last outing, he lost to the Texas Rangers, giving up a home run to Hank Blaylock. That was a situation we were all surprised that the Angels chose to pitch to Hank Blaylock instead of the rookie following him, Bourbon.
I don't think they expected Spire to put one right there where he wanted it. First pitch, but you know what? That's over. That's long gone. Spire's job right now is go ahead and keep his sinker, slider, forkball, all those pitches, keep them down and try to get strike 1. Good spot.
Roberts has homered and doubled, driven in 3 runs, scored 2. Now has the American League lead with runs scored with 62. Sean Figgins has scored 61 times. Pitches a fastball in there. 1-1. Angels came in tied with Texas for first place in the American League West. Rangers play later tonight. That'll be Scott Feldman against Matt Garza. Angels bullpen doing a very good job. Spire's a big reason why. They're 5-1 with 8 saves and a 2.67 ERA in the last month since June 12th.
This will be another good test for them. Like last night, they had the Angels Needed the bullpen to hold the lead right there. Then don't give the Orioles any more, and they held them until the offense came back. Similar situation here, except they don't have to come from such a large deficit from behind.
Boston won their game over Seattle today 8-4. Other winners were Kansas City over the White Sox 6-3. Yankees topped Toronto 10-8. And Oakland edged Cleveland 5-2.
Vladdy's saying, okay, if you're going to hit it to me. I want to show my arm out. I want to throw somebody out.
Counts 3-2. Joe Saunders has given up 5 earned runs, but the guy at second base belongs to him. He reached on the error by Sean Figgins. The Angels have suffered 2 errors in the game. The first one scored. Now Spire blows away Brian Roberts, and Brian turns and asks the umpire, was it a strike? And I don't think it was.
Good pitch, though, out of the zone. Roberts wanted to knock that run in. Now it's Adam Jones' turn. And that's a little life to it. See a little bit of zip on the end there? That's nice. Being on top of the seams and getting good extension, reaching out and letting that wrist snap through the fingers, get a little extra movement.
Now Spire has a righty-righty matchup with Adam Jones, who's 1 for 3. This young man headed to his first All-Star game, selected. Mike Napoli calling time to go out and visit with Justin. Jones, big, rangy outfielder, 6'3". Finally fills out. Remember this, he's only 23 years old, out of San Diego, California, facing a veteran in Justin Spire. Andino, good speed at second base. 1 run home already on the Matt Wieters home run that broke the 5-5 tie here in the top of the 6th inning. Fouled off. Minnesota beat Detroit 6-2, so the Twins creeping a little bit closer to the first place Tigers. Twins now just 3 back. White Sox lost, so they'll exchange places with Minnesota. Twins now in second.
Can't count the Twins out.
They always play well.
Yeah, good brand of baseball under Gardenhire. We'll see the Minnesota Twins come here to the Big A for a 4-game series. 23rd of July through the 27th.
Jones skies it in the air, shallow left field. Ibar battling the sun is there to make the catch, and Spire with a very nice job in the 6th inning. The Birds take the lead. By the fans. Yadier Molina will start at catcher. Pujols unbelievable year for the St. Louis first baseman. Utley, Ramirez, Wright, Braun, Beltran, and Raul Ibanez will start for the Nationals.
I like the American League's chances.
It's a pretty good National League lineup, though.
It is. So is the AL's.
You're right. Hey, they're all good.
That's right. That's why they're all-stars.
Matt Albers is warming up at the bullpen as Rich Hill will get the start to the 6th inning. Mike Napoli has walked a pair of times, and he has taken strike one from the lefty. And he knocks that one towards right field. Markakis comes on to make the catch, 1 out. He'll stay with Rich Hill as he has been able to get Morales out twice. And Kendry has not looked comfortable at all in the first 2 at-bats.
Nope, but still, they're looking for some kind of action, get a base runner, and pop one out just like they had been doing. Change up.
Mike Scioscia told us Kendry Morales is not a platoon guy. Rob Quinlan's been playing a lot against left-handed starters, but he said as he evolves and gets more and more experience, he'll be an everyday guy because of his ability to switch hit and provide power from both sides of the plate.
But it's up to Mike to let him have those at-bats right-handed if they ever want him to. Keep letting Quinlan play against lefties, then you're not going to get Morales going or from the right side. Quinlan, he could spell another outfielder, or he could play a third base. There's a lot of different positions Quinlan can play, but they want to see if this guy can get on track right-handed.
Knocks that one into left field, and that's a start.
2 hits now in 2 games, right-handed. But he's not happy. He's telling Alfredo Griffin that ball got in on me. He says, I wanted to drive that ball out of here, but he got in on me. Isn't that the case?
And it looked like Dave Tremblay just told Matt Wieters to go out and talk to Rich Hill. They may have that right-hander, Matt Albers, come on to face Howie Kendrick. Albers pitched last night, and he's pitching very well for the Orioles. And right now they have a 1-run lead at 6-5. It was tied on Vlad Guerrero's 2-run home run in the 5th. Then Wieters changed that, and here comes Dave.
Well, I don't think Dave wants to see that anymore. Rich Hill, the Angels coming back with any more power shots.
So Kendrick will see a right-handed pitcher when he steps to the plate in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hill is out. Albers is in. Angels baseball wants to give you a chance to sit in the Chevy Suite seats located on the field next to third base and a chance to win the all-new Chevy Camaro. Text Camaro to 31826 or go to angelsbaseball.com/Camaro for details and official rules. Standard rates apply. Chevy, the official ride of Angels baseball. The fans trying to act like the rally monkey as they are stirring things up. Angels trailing by a run. That young man says, it's getting hot. I'm ready to take a nap. Well, there's the patriotic rally monkey that they gave away on Thursday. Angels would love to come through here as Howie Kendrick will step to the plate facing Matt Albers, who's been their best right-handed reliever in a setup role. He has been charged with just a run in only one of his last 12 outings since June 5th. That's an 0.53 earned run average. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yep, got a good curveball. We just saw it. He's sinking his fastball, and he'll throw an occasional changeup here or there, but mainly he's fastball curveball. Not overpowering, but he's going to try to sink that down.
Kendrick 1 for 2 in the game. That was a single last time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 run allowed in his last 17 innings of work for Matt Albers. Kendrick was in the AAA until yesterday. Got here late. Went 1 for 4.
He's such a good contact hitter. I wouldn't be surprised if Soch sent a little hit and run going.
That's a chopper to third. Melvin Moore's got 1. The turn not in time.
Send the runner. You at least get him over to second base there, but Soch elected not to. Mike hasn't played as much action ball, small ball, as he has in the past because he hasn't had to. The Angels are hitting well with runners in scoring position, a .283 average, that's second best in baseball. And so he's not having to create ways to score runs because they've been scoring them with offense that's driving balls. Guys are hitting and crushing. And doesn't have to rely on moving guys, but certainly that's in his game plan.
Kendrick goes in the first pitch, throw by Wieters. Safe.
Well, he'll get to second base into scoring position now for Eric Ibar. Good jump. He starts his head first slide late too, so he's going to have. Yeah.
Ibar swings and chops it at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ibar 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, and a 3-run third. Baltimore 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. The Angels got 3 in the third and 2 in the fifth.
Okay, the outfielders are pretty shallow. There could be a good play at the plate here on a base hit. Markakis throws well in right, and so does Adam Jones in center.
Ibar swings and misses at that breaking ball. Boy, Albers has been sensational coming out of that bullpen, and that's what Dave Tremblay is asking him to do one more time. It seems like every one of his pitches really moves a lot. His fastball has a lot of late life. Good breaking ball that he's kept down. And there's a base hit to right field, and this will tie the game. Kendrick scores easily. Ibar to second with a double. This game is locked up at 6.
That's a nice stroke on a curveball that came right down into his wheelhouse. That's his 11th double, and it comes with a steak, a tie-in steak. That's not a ribeye steak, it's a tying steak for tonight. We'll see what happens now for this afternoon. Figgins now has a chance to do the same thing. Look at that.
The way you were analyzing that replay with ribeyes and steaks, I guess you're grilling for the family tonight.
Absolutely. I'm kind of whetting my appetite, but man, is that fun to be able to go out there and get a big 2-out base hit like that. That was nice. Tie up the game here, give the crowd a little bit of a life, and Figgy's got a chance to do the same thing. Speedy Ibar, good chance to score him.
In there to Sean Figgins, a 1-1 count. Figgins today has been on once with a walk. He scored a run. He made that marvelous slide around Wieters' tag to score on the RBI double by Bobby Abreu. Another strike on an inside fastball. That time Figgins was jumping out of the way, but it snuck back on the inside corner.
Got some pretty good velocity on it there. That was a 94-mile-an-hour pitch. Now he could stay with that out of the zone, or he might try to drop a breaking ball in like he did on Ibar, but it found too much of the plate. That's it. Anything close, go to slapping.
If the Angels win, they'll have a half-game lead on Texas, who plays later tonight. Tampa Bay is at Arlington. Feldman for the Rangers. Garza for the Rays. And then the Rangers get in a plane and fly to Southern California tomorrow. Here's the pitch, a foul off. 3-game series between the two first-place teams in the American League West. Millwood and Weaver tomorrow night. And then Tuesday we have that military-style hat on Tuesday with Vicente Padilla against John Lackey.
Okay, Reimold, the left fielder, he can come in a little bit. He's a little bit too deep.
Sean swings and misses and strikes out, but a big 2-out base hit by Ibar to tie the game at 6.
Like I said, Reimold can come in. Happy to take it. Girls, way to go, man. We're glad you want to spend it here at Angel Stadium on this beautiful Sunday. Thanks for the nice little shout out there, but they're the girls. They're beautiful, and they're celebrating multiple birthdays, and they're from Beckman High School, Pioneer Middle School, and Peters Canyon Elementary School. They're in Tustin. Way to go,
girls. You know everybody. You've got friends everywhere.
No, Fizz.
The friendliest broadcaster in America.
It's all about the people, though, isn't it?
You bet.
Ollie now, it's about him executing like he has been. Good curveball right there, strike one. He's going to keep the sinker. Kind of fastballs on both sides of the plate.
Oliver has had a solid year, 2-0 record at .283 earned run average. Struck out 25 in 35 innings, facing the lefty here. And Markakis takes it wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 tough hitters, 2 lefties, and Markakis and Huff, and then the right-hander, Reimold, from the right side.
It's a new ball game. Ollie can take that mound saying, all right, I got a chance to get a decision here, and I want the W.
The Angels bullpen really doing a nice job. Justin Spire, an excellent 6th inning with a runner in scoring position. Strikes out Roberts, gets Jones to pop up. In there.
There you go. That's where he wants to stay. Stay in the count.
Angels still have no timetable on Kelvin Escobar, who they're hoping will be part of the bullpen. He's progressing, Mike Scioscia told us, but not in any baseball activities yet. Swing and a miss by Markakis, and down he goes. Big strikeout here in the 7th inning by Oliver.
Good pitch by Oliver. Now Albers, he's not saying the same thing right now. He's not very happy with himself. He comes in the dugout and says, you know what, I threw a hanging curveball to a handsy type hitter, and take that, glove. He's not used to failing too often. He's been really good.
Darren Oliver to Aubrey Huff. Strike one.
Kids get to run the bases after the game. Fizz, you going to go down there and run with me?
You know what? I brought the wrong shoes.
Hey, it's okay. You can run with those moccasin type slippers you got on. You know, whatever. It's just being on the field. That's what the kids love.
After you talked about those ribeye steaks, I think I'm going to go do the same thing that you're going to do after the ball game. Do some grilling.
Why not go with a little sweat, running the bases at Angel Stadium?
All right. Oliver's 1-1 to Aubrey Huff. Swung on, hit pretty well, left center field. Way back, and Juan Rivera will pull it down about 3 steps from the wall.
Okay, got in on him just enough to keep the ball in the yard. Aubrey Huff, he's looking for that magical 200th career home run. He's sitting on 199. And you know what? They're
with very good power, Nolan Reimold, 9 home runs. And he lines the first pitch he sees, and it's flared and caught by Eric Ibar. So Oliver 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. 6-6 ball game. Abreu, Hunter, Guerrero coming up. grow up because she has been singing the anthem here 6-7 years.
And she gets better every single time. It's hard to improve on perfection because she sounds really good, but she's starting to grow up a little bit. Glad to see it. Now we'll see if the Angels can put on a little magic here and see if they can get their closer Fuentes in the game. Newly American League All-Star named closer Brian Fuentes, Torrey Hunter, the two additions to the Angels All-Star team, or to the American League All-Star team from the Angels.
Bobby Abreu to lead things off, and he takes outside ball one. Abreu had the big walk in front of Vlad Guerrero's two-run home run that tied it in the fifth. Matt Albers staying in the game and delivers outside ball two. Saw Albers so upset with himself in that last inning after allowing Kendrick to reach on the fielder's choice, and then a double with two out that tied the game by Eric Ibar. Slammed his glove down in that dugout. 3-0 to Abreu. Hey, Bobby's not afraid of taking two strikes.
No. I would be shocked to see him swing 3-0 with nobody on base.
And he takes four wide ones from Albers. So as steamed as he was in the dugout, well, he might be anchoring for another little emotional outburst here as he walks the leadoff man, Bobby Abreu, in a 6-6 ball game in the seventh inning.
One thing I can tell you that Scioscia's not going to be bunting here. As you see Ray warming up in their bullpen. Torrey Hunter is looking to get one on the sweet spot. That's what he'd like to do. He's popped up a couple times and did hit a double down the third base line back in the third inning.
That drove in Bobby Abreu. Angels were down at one time 4-0. Again 5-3 and 6-5, and they've rallied to tie it. They have never led in the game. Strike in there.
Torrey was taken all the way.
That's after Albers had thrown four straight wide ones to Abreu.
Torrey's, I'd like to hear that conversation. A little conversation with Gary Darling there. Now, Gary, that pitch was low.
That one was, and called low, so it's even 1 ball, 1 strike.
See how he took a deep breath and exhaled? That's what you want to do when you're hitting. You want to relax. Deep breathing techniques work. Help calm yourself a little bit, calm your emotions if you're a little excited. Help relax.
Hunter fouls it off. Now he's down in the count 1-2.
That's what that good low sinker does. At the last minute it dips and makes the hitter foul the ball off.
Abreu, good speed. Hendricks stole a base when Albers was on the mound in that 6th inning to get in scoring position for Ibar's double.
Albert's still not sure if Abreu's going to be going or not. Bobby, the DH today, I'd say has fresh legs. Don't have to run out to right field twice an inning.
He does not go, and Hunter smashes it to center, and it's over the head of Adam Jones. Abreu will be held at third. It's the second double of the game for Hunter, and the Angels in a great position to take their first lead of the day.
Torrey Hunter liked it so much he applauds back to the fans, as that was a ball that was lined, I mean missiled, and Adam Jones, he came in for a second. He wasn't sure exactly how to take it. We're going to see it. Lenient had some laser type action for his 19th double.
They will intentionally walk Vlad Guerrero. So the bases are going to be loaded for Juan Rivera.
People here are excited to see Vladdy go deep. Last night and tonight, or this afternoon, but not now.
They're going to intentionally walk Guerrero to bring up a guy, Juan Rivera. He and Bobby Abreu have more RBIs in the last month than any other player, each with 28. Well, excuse me, Abreu just took the lead because he has 2 today, and Bobby has 30. So Juan Rivera, second most in the American League in that span with 28. So a good situation for the Angels left fielder, although Juan has had 3 tough at-bats today, twice popping up and 1 time grounding out. But this is the first time he's matched up against Albers.
Okay, Juan Rivera sitting on 3 lifetime grand slams. Okay, he's only been up with the bases loaded 1 time this year. Surprising. Tremblay's coming out, probably replacing.
He had Chris Ray warming up in the bullpen, and Albers is out. Ray is in. Game tied. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Vlad Guerrero, but he ripped this pitch by Matt Albers.
Oh, I'll say that ball was line shot. Good opposite field stroke. Ball elevated. Torrey says, you know what? Way to go, Halos. He's not applauding for himself. That guy, he's very humble. He's happy to be out there, and he loves doing what he's doing.
It's interesting. He takes out Albers, who had allowed just 1 run coming in his last 17 innings, to bring in Chris Ray, who has an earned run average of 9.28. And he has allowed earned runs in 8 of his 17 appearances.
Well, sometimes, you might have good numbers, but things aren't working out that particular day. That's why a manager's there, and you got 5 guys, 6 guys in the bullpen.
Rivera, 6th in the American League, hitting .351 with men in scoring position. First pitch, outside, ball 1.
Okay, you fall behind, you're asking for trouble. He's got a fastball, pretty good life through the zone, mid-90s. A slider and a split finger.
Ray does have a greater ability to strike out opponents than Albers. That's ball 2. Ray has struck out 23 batters in 21 1/3. That might be what Dave Tremblay's thinking about right here. Get the strikeout, then maybe get out of the inning with a double play.
In order for him to swing, it's got to be right down the middle. Because
infield in.
You let him walk in a run, or you let Napoli on deck handle him.
Fouled off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
He was swinging, and all 3 pitches have been away from Juan Rivera.
Do a little slider there, too. He's smart. He says, I got to take a little off and put a little bit of a bend on it. And then he got him to foul it off the end.
Third base, Bobby Abreu. Second base, Torrey Hunter. First base, Vlad Guerrero. If it's struck to an infielder, he's coming home first. Juan swings and misses, and Ray reared back and brought the heat at 93.
Okay, with nobody out, you'd almost expect that's an automatic run or 2, but doesn't always happen that way in baseball. You would think the Angels could come through here, and it's power on power. Ray won that one. So after you blow a ball by a guy, you think, well, let's try it again. Maybe we can get him again on it. Young catcher, Matt Wieters, could call for the fastball again.
Out back.
Anything close, you got to be swinging.
Explain two-strike approach to our young fans.
Two-strike approach means you don't have that A home run swing. You're going to shorten up your hands. You're going to choke up a little if you want to. One usually never does. A power hitter, he's going to stay down on the end of the knob. But you go see, but he is choking up. Look at it. He is choking up. Okay, it gives you better control of the bat. So you just want to kind of use your hands to get a lousy base hit with the infield drawn in.
Outside, counts full, 3-2.
Don't want
another mistake, and the Angels will lead.
Well, you can't get called out looking. Anything close, you've got to be happy.
Rivera has been tough to strike out this year. Only 28 times he has struck out. Ball 4, and the Angels have the lead. That's the third walk in the inning.
Well, maybe Chris Ray's saying, hey, look, I walked with one in. It's better than giving up 4 with a cookie down the middle. But that gives the Angels the lead.
And the batter is Mike Napoli. He has walked twice. A 7-6 ball game here in the 7th.
Trimley, the Orioles manager, he wants the infielders to play back at double play depth.
Angel batters have walked 7 times in today's game. The pitch to Napoli swung on and missed. Looking for the fastball, got the slider instead.
Well, their plate discipline is much improved. Now, I'm not going to say it's a Bobby Abreu, but he's had a lot of influence in there. They've been very patient, selective. We're not seeing free swinging Angels like we have in the past. We're starting to get a pretty good idea, and it's working.
It's really interesting how the Angels have gotten down 4-0 the last 2 games. Then they scored 11 unanswered runs, all after the 4th inning last night. And they have scored 7 times after being down 4-0 today.
They need a big hit, though, to blow this one open.
Outside, 2-1. It was Guerrero who gave him the big hit in that 6-run 8th inning last night, launching a long home run over both bullpens. He's now at second base. Three and one, and Ray has been all over the place.
And Napoli with a good eye. I'm sure it's got to be right down the middle, but he won't swing at it. You got Morales on deck, will be batting left-handed. He's dangerous.
He takes ball 4. The 4th walk by the Baltimore pitching staff in the 7th inning has driven in another, and the Halos go up 8-6.
They'll take them any way they can. Good plate discipline again. That ball was low, but out of the zone for Napoli. Matt Wieters, the catcher, is going to walk out there slowly as they got a left-hander in the bullpen. Looks like Hendrickson again. Hard to miss him as tall as he is.
Pitching has been Baltimore's Achilles heel all year long. They are 28th in the major leagues with an earned run average over 5. And their bullpen has an ERA of 4.5 and quickly going up with the job they've done last night and today. Angels trying to take 3 of 4 from the Orioles and playing first place by a half game before Texas takes on Tampa Bay later tonight. And Tremblay making that slow walk, and I believe we may see Hendrickson turn around Morales.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking they might do, but Dave Tremblay, he waited so long to come out. Thought they were going to let him throw.
Angels have taken the lead. We'll be right back. Angels. The double by Torrey Hunter set things up by the intentional walk, and then back-to-back walks by Ray, who came out of the pen, to Rivera and Napoli, have given the Angels the lead. Mark Hendrickson, the 6'9" left-hander out of Washington State, comes out of the bullpen to face Henry Morales and turn around the switch hitter. We're doing the rally monkey dance. It's a family Sunday here at the ballpark, and fans enjoying this one as they're trying to root their Angels on to first place in the American League West.
Tell you, Morales hasn't homered from this side of the plate. Wouldn't this be a perfect time and a grand time to do it?
Came in batting .212 versus left-handers. Got the base hit in the 6th inning off Rich Hill. That was the last batter that starting pitcher Hill faced. First pitch swinging, Morales fouls it off. Hendrickson started the year in the rotation. Made 7 starts, then knocked out. He's a guy at 6'9", you'd think, well, he's probably got a Randy Johnson fastball, but no. It's just a high 80s. Occasionally he'll touch 90.
Morales has never slammed before in his career.
Bases loaded, nobody out. 2 runs in there. Nothing in 2 to Kendrick. Howie Kendrick waiting on deck. Hendrickson, I had a chance to watch him play basketball at Washington State. So good, he played 4 years in the NBA before devoting full time to baseball. Played for Philadelphia, Sacramento, New Jersey, and Cleveland. Morales with a line drive to left field. That stays up. Tagging is Guerrero. He'll come home, and the Angels go in front by 3, and the ball gets away, and escaping to third, Rivera. He was right on top of that play, and an alert base running move by Juan Rivera.
That's right, and Morales, too bad for him. He gets underneath that. That might have been his first career grand slam, but still a sac fly, good enough. Along with the Oriole pitchers and Chris Ray helping the Angels take the lead, there was one that was earned.
Run 7th inning to take a 9-6 lead, and still just 1 man out. Howie Kendrick's the batter. Kendrick 1 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. Ball 1.
Kendrick fastball, big curve, and a changeup. That was his changeup there. Howie Kendrick looks pretty good. That error he made early in the game might have hurt a little bit at the time, but doesn't look so bad now.
Foul. For Juan Rivera in foul territory, you had to skip rope to get out of the way of that one. Juan at third. First base, Mike Napoli. Kendrick tough to double. He has very good speed. I want to take a shot at right field, but been holding Napoli. Big hole between Roberts and the first baseman. Peters blocks it. It's 2-1. There it is. And as soon as the pitch is thrown, Hupp is coming off as quickly as possible to shorten that distance between he and the second baseman. Looked like Howie was taking a shot that side. It was a 6-6 score coming into this inning, but the Angels have scored 3 times.
Dangerous offense. They'll either get you early or late.
Foul. The Angels have scored double figures in runs 5 times in this stretch since June 12th. And they've been averaging 6.5 runs per game. They are 1 shy of doing it again for the 6th time. foul. Well, I like his idea.
Well, he's just, he's going line to line, pulls a few down the left field line, taking a shot to the right. They'll try to square one up in the middle here this time. Seems to do that with regularity. He's a contact hitter.
In the air, not deep enough. Jones under it, makes the catch. Rivera will be held, and Kendrick is out number 2. So the Angels still with runners at first and third, and the guy who tied the game in the last inning now stepping to the plate, and Eric Ibar will be the 8th Angel to bat in this 7th inning.
That's a good pitch there by Hendrickson. Coming in on him like that, getting him to pop up.
Ibar 2 for 3 today with a single and a double, a run scored and an RBI. He swings and sends this one to right. Markakis is there, makes the catch, but the Angels score 3 times on just 1 hit in the 7th inning and now lead it 9-6. Jack in the Box game summary. The Angels now lead by 3. Second straight game. They have trailed 4-0, and they won last night 11-4. They lead tonight 9-6. Guerrero's been in the middle with 2 home runs the last 2 games.
That's a good thing. Glad he starts pumping him out of here and finds that home run swing because he is loaded with power.
Darren Oliver stays in the ball game. And there's a line drive base hit in the first pitch to Luke Scott, so he is on for the 2nd time. Oliver in line to win his 3rd game of the year, but needs to hold the Orioles down.
That was a get me over curveball,
and this looked like Scott was expecting it.
Yep, he said, well, that's a get me to first base swing.
Right-handed swinging Melvin Moore here. He's grounded into a double play, walked and scored, and popped up to right field. 0 for 2. And there he's swinging at the first pitch and dumps one to center field. Or is that Torrey Hunter? Yes, did he make the catch? Oh, what a play by Hunter.
Okay, when he took off after the ball coming in, he wasn't sure he could get to it. So he put up his glove to try to deke the first base runner, Luke Scott. And then he got closer to it and made the play. So watch him. When the ball's hit, watch him put his glove up when he's coming in here.
Catch it, but
he does that. Smart outfielders will do that. And he's one of the smartest and best.
Matt Wieters gave the Orioles a short-lived 6-5 lead with a long home run to right center field his last time up. He's been on all 3 times with a walk, a single, and the home run. It was his 3rd big fly of the year. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. The Angels with 20 runs the last 2 games. 20 runs on 25 hits. Down the line, that hits the bag, bounces over the head of Sean Figgins. The runners will stay put at first and second base, but that's the 3rd hit of the game for Matt Wieters.
Yep, that makes an umpire's job easy when the ball hits the bag. Step to the plate now and take his licks on D.O. Darren Oliver.
And they're swinging early on Oliver. A first pitch base hit by Scott. First pitch swinging Mora. Hunter had to make a great catch to take a hit away from Mora. Jason Bolger warming in the Angels bullpen. And Oliver taking his time after a discussion with Mike Napoli, and here comes Mike Scioscia. So Oliver will not be pitching to Ty Wigginton. 2 on, 1 out. 9-6 Angel lead in the top of the 8th inning. We'll be right back. To 6, but Baltimore has brought the tying run to the plate, and Ty Wigginton 2 on, 1 out. The new pitcher will be Jason Bolger. 22 of his last 25 outings are scoreless. Had a rough time in April, but since then just a 2.36 earned run average, and he can strike guys out.
That's right, but he's got a formidable opponent. Wigginton this year 2 for 5 off of the bench of the Orioles with 6 ribbies. So he's hacking. You know he will be. He played a lot in the National League. He knows about pinch hitting. If the first pitch you like is good, you hack at it. But it's your only AB of the day.
Pitch on the way is swung on, ground ball. Figgins has it in foul territory, and it is just a strike.
Great practice, though. Good practice round there. Figgy, you can't assume in baseball. He went ahead and made it, which would have been a nice play down that line. Stepped on third base for the force and went on to first. Attempt.
1 strike. Scott at second. Wieters first. And again, Wigginton takes a rip at a Jason Bolger pitch, and Jason has him down in the count 0-2 with a foul off. Bolger, I told you, strikeout pitcher. He struck out 35 this year in 34 and a third innings. And he's limiting right-handers to a 197 average.
There's another guy who's stepped up. Scioscia asking for somebody to step up. Not necessarily asking. I'll say looking for somebody to step up. With Scott Shields out for the year.
Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Ooh, that was close.
Yep, it was a close one, but obviously Bill Hahn, the first base umpire, says he didn't go. Looked like he carried his hands forward. It looked like an attempted swing to me, but I'm not the boss.
Wigginton brings another, and he pops it up. Shallow left center field. Hunter calling everybody off, makes the catch, no advance, 2 outs.
Wigginton's ripping, though. I knew he'd be hacking.
Bolger now will face Brian Roberts, who's had a good game with a home run and a double. He's driven in 3, scored a couple. Switch hitter bats from the left side. Now has 28 doubles, and that leads the American League. They'll play him on the infield 2-pull. Strike one. If he can get out of this, what a job by the Angels bullpen so far, from Spire to Oliver. And right now Oliver stands to win the game if the Angels can hang on. Check swing, misses low.
He's got a nice biting curveball. He's got a good heater. He's going to get in there, but also I like the fact that he's throwing some changeups now. That's good. That's giving those hitters a little bit different look that they haven't seen before, or probably hasn't showed up on too many scouting reports, but it's a good effective third pitch for him.
2 outs, 2 on. 8th inning. You see what they've done the last 19 games with a 2.83 earned run average.
Yeah, that's been extremely impressive, and one of the reasons that Scioscia never panics. That early start that was miserable for the bullpen, he knew that wasn't going to last all year. These guys are too good. Nice breaking ball.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And when you consider no Escobar, Shane Lukes, Scott Shields out for the year, Jose Arredondo, who was 10-1 out of the pen last year, he's down in the minor leagues coming back from a right elbow problem.
There's always talent to step up, and the Angels usually have abundance of talents in their minor league, so it's been a nice situation for Scioscia in his 10-year tenure here.
The 2-2. Check swing low. Counts full 3-2. Now the runners will be moving with 2 outs.
Oliver, he'd been in, Brian Roberts had been in quite of a slump. He was 5 for 36, where he'd struck out 12 times. You know, so this start here for him, the homer and the double to start was good, but he hadn't been able to scratch anything since.
A curveball on a 3-2 count. Struck him out. Great job by Jason Bolger. Torrey Hunter helped him out with a terrific catch. That's when Oliver was on the mound. 9-6 ball game. The Angels have the lead, rallying from a 4-0 deficit. Joe Saunders really struggled today, giving up 6 runs in 5 1/3, but the bullpen outstanding. And now Sean Figgins will round out to start the 8th inning for the Halos. Sean is 0 for 4 today with a run scored and a walk back in the 3rd inning. Mark Hendrickson staying in the ball game. He came on to replace reliever Chris Ray, and he was able to get out of a jam in the 7th inning with 3 straight fly balls that were not deep enough to get a man home from 3rd. The batter is Bobby Abreu, and he's had a very quiet yet strong game. He scored 3 times with a pair of walks and a double, and driven in 2.
Don't you like it when he comes to the plate? You know you're going to get a quality at bat. How many first pitch pop-ups and outs have we seen him make? Hardly any. He rarely swings at the first pitch unless he's trying to set the pitcher up for a later at bat. He knows he's going to get a fastball.
Yeah, Bobby won the home run derby one year, so he has the ability to go yard quite often. Now he's playing in some offensive ballparks in Philadelphia and New York. This is a very fair, probably more a pitcher's ballpark than it is a hitter's park.
But today in day games it's a hitter's park because the ball carries such greater than at nighttime.
But I've got to ask you, how many home runs do you think he would have? He has 6 right now. How many would he have if he was playing at Yankee Stadium with that short porch?
He would have a few more because he would be looking to pull the ball, but he adjusts to the parks he's in, and he's hit a ton of balls at Angel Stadium here to left field, left center field, because he knows it's a little bit more of a poke to pull it over those tall wall there in the meat of the right field section.
The last decade, he's averaged 22, but with the way the ball's flying out of the yard at Yankee Stadium, they're averaging, I think, 3.3 home runs per game.
Yeah, he would have a few more, no question.
And that's tops in the major leagues.
He don't want to change a thing of what he's doing right now. Early in the season, he says, hey, look, the homers will come. I'll go ahead and just stay with my approach to the opposite field. They pretty much play him straight up.
In there, Bobby Abreu takes strike 3 for Mark Hendrickson. 2 outs now in the 8th inning. That will bring up Torrey Hunter, who's having a heck of a game with a pair of doubles, and also he took a double away from an Oriole.
That's right. He hits them, he steals them. It just doesn't matter when this guy's on the field. He's going to do something during the course of the game to spark his club. Little pliant applause back to the fans. Look at that. He didn't think he was going to get to it, but he kept pursuing the play. He kept coming in. Never quits, never gives up, and he knows how to roll athletically after the dive.
2 for 4 game for Torrey Hunter.
The guy dives for balls, he crashes into walls, but somehow remains healthy.
Hendrickson doing a nice job out of the bullpen. 5 up, 5 down. And he has won 8 straight Gold Gloves and in line to win his 9th this year.
Okay, now he's getting up there in pretty good company.
How about 12 for Clemente and Mays?
Woo-wee. That's good.
Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Torrey Hunter. Vlad Guerrero hoping he has a chance to hit. He's on deck.
Hendrickson wasn't sure of himself, so he stepped off. Let's go over the signs again, he says. 2-2 count. They're going to try to stay away.
Off the end of the bat.
Good changeup.
From one All-Star to another. Brian Fuentes, the Angels' other All-Star, warming up in the Halo pen. Leads the major leagues in saves. And he'll likely be out there for the 9th inning. And maybe Sean Figgins. Fans, you have a chance to go online until Thursday to vote for Sean Figgins. So deserving.
I love the fact that we've got an extra chance to get another halo in there with votes, online votes, folks. Come on, we got to outvote the other teams.
And if Jared Weaver can put together a good performance tomorrow when he faces Kevin Millwood, he's got a chance. He'll be 9-3 before the break.
There are still
with another start on the way.
Possibilities.
Oh, swing and a miss, and Hendrickson looked outstanding in his 7th and 8th innings of work. Angels go head to the 9th, leading 9-6. Time in this game, and the Angels have rallied to take a 9-6 edge. If you're traveling and can't watch your Angels on Fox Sports West or KCOP, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.TV. New 2009 MLB.TV premium features include HD quality where available and the ability to pause, fast forward, and rewind live games. For more details, visit angelsbaseball.com, where baseball is always on. Steve Physiak with Rex Hudler. Our stage manager is Dean Benson. Producer Jay Cutlow and director Jerry Weinstein. Ryan Fuentes is on the mound. Ken Kirschbaum is our technical director today. Mitch Reinhardt is doing graphics. Fuentes, he made the All-Star game. 4th time, 3 with Colorado. Now his first with the Angels, tied with Heath Bell for most saves in the major leagues with 23. He has a 1-save edge on Joe Nathan of Minnesota.
He pumps that fastball in there around 91. That's it, but still, that's effective. He's been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. He misses there, but he's got a sweeping breaking ball and a changeup that we don't see a whole lot. But he's got the closer mentality. See that stare? He's looks like he's going to bite your head off.
First the right-hander Jones, then a pair of lefties in Markakis and Huff.
See, there's another time where Scioscia didn't panic when Fuentes comes out, brand new to the league, brand new to the team. Tough shoes to follow in K-Rod. Blew the first 2 saves. People are going, oh no, but it's not a 1-game season like football is. Scioscia stayed patient and say, look, he's going to close. He's got too much experience. But Fuentes, it's all kind of come to a surprise to him that he's an all-star.
Rockies all-time franchise leader in saves with 115. Misses low. The count moves to 3-1. Joe Saunders got the start. Didn't have his very good command or good stuff, but he kept the team in the game, and he barely managed to. He gave up 6 runs and 5 1/3. Ground ball up the middle. Ibar gets to it. Oh, baby. No reason he can throw that baseball.
No, but it just tell you about his range and his willingness to throw the guy out.
It's an infield hit for Adam Jones. Off the bag and called for a fair catch on the punt by Ray Guy. One on, nobody out. Batter Nick Markakis. Baltimore needs to get one more man on to bring the tying run to the plate, and they have their power coming up. Now ball one to the first two batters, Jones and Markakis. In there. 1-1 to Nick. Markakis is 25 years old in his fourth major league season. He had a chance to go to the All-Star game, having a strong year, hitting .294. 55 RBIs. Too many really good outfielders in the American League, and a swing and a ground ball struck towards Kendrick. He will get the lead man. Out at first base is Adam Jones, one down. Once again, the series starting tomorrow, a big one in the American League West. Millwood against Weaver on Monday night. Then Padilla against Lackey on the game that they're giving away these really cool distress build caps. They look like they're camouflage. And Tommy Hunter will go on Wednesday against Irvin Santana. Hunter is the rookie. Big John out of Abilene, Texas, went to a lot of Ranger games growing up.
You know, he'll be Big Game John, because I went out and I watched his bullpen session today, and it was very interesting to watch John. He was hitting every spot that Steve Solis, the bullpen catcher, was putting up. Every place he put the glove. And it looked to me like he was going about 80-85%. You know, wasn't going full out. So I asked him when he was done, John, was that like an 80% effort? He goes, yeah, 80-85. And got his work in. He'll be ready.
He had a really good game against the Orioles in game one of this series. Went 8 innings, gave up just 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. So he'll go on Tuesday. And Weaver, who still has a chance for 2 more starts before the All-Star break, could be 10-3. But he needs to win them against the Texas Rangers and against the New York Yankees. Strike in there. Huff doesn't like the call, but Brian has him down 1-2. Angels trying to move back to 10 games over 500 with a win today. Oh, he went, and a strikeout for Brian. For Fuentes, that's his 31st this year in 29 innings.
Yeah, that's that wicked bender. And to a left-hander, that's tough. You know, he's coming out of that sidearm. That's filthy. You know, I watched Fuentes play catch, and just playing catch with him, his ball moves all over the place. His arm angle's funky. I mean, he's a very deceptive guy. There's a reason for his success.
2 outs with a runner at first base. Nolan Reimold, the batter. Kid's got big-time power with 9 home runs. First pitch, high ball 1. Got the heater in there at 89 miles an hour. Nolan's never seen this lefty that the Angels are showing, and Brian's looking for his 21st save of the year. Just low. Vlad Guerrero had another home run, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Bobby Abreu with a double, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. In the air, right side. Over goes Morales. Does he have enough room? No. It's out of reach. Both Mike Napoli and Kenny Morales.
Wasn't by lack of effort. That's a tough one. They'll be happy to see 3 out of 4 from the Birds, and then bring on them Rangers.
A crowd of 35,912 on their feet. Angels trying to take 3 of 4 from the Orioles. Fuentes, 2-2 pitch. Foul off.
Gotta like the way the bullpen's thrown. I'm telling you, they are keeping the team in the game. Also, holding the opponents from scoring anymore than protecting leads. They're doing what they should have been doing all along, but this game is not exact.
He strikes out Reimold, and the Angels win the ball game by a final of 9-6. Fuentes leading the major leagues in saves with 24. Torrey Hunter, 2 doubles, an RBI, a run scored, and headed to an all-star game, but big hits by Vlad Guerrero and Eric Ibar to tie the game.
Back-to-back games now, Vladdy.